Film has gone on a journey in depicting lesbian romance and storylines. From its controversial beginnings to its groundbreaking modern work, these movies are not only entertaining, but also enlightening and empowering, captivating audiences from around the world. Today, I will be covering just a few of the most important movies to come from the 20th century that changed the way that lesbian and queer narratives are portrayed. These films not only broke barriers and changed societal norms, they also paved the way for future generations of filmmakers to tell more authentic and diverse stories. From the early hints of queer subtext to the bold and explicit exploration of same-sex love, each movie has played a crucial role in shaping the landscape of lesbian representation in cinema. Pioneering what I would call the first queer film, Alice Guy, also known as the first female director, created Sage de Première Classe in 1902. This movie had 3 female actors. Alice Guy played the husband. This hints at a subliminal queer narrative. In 1914, around 12 years after, director and actor Sidney Drew created A Florida Enchantment. This daring film, adapted from a play with the same name and narrative, dared to challenge the norms. It explores gender identity and sexual fluidity that was way ahead of its time. Only 2 years later, the 19th Amendment passed, ratifying the ability for women to vote. Fast-forwarding to what is known to the lesbian community as the first lesbian movie. In 1931, the movie Mädchen in Uniform, based off the play Gestern in Heute, was made. The plot is basically the same, but the lesbian themes were toned down for the screen release. This cult classic offered a rare glimpse into the complexities of same-sex desire during a time where those actions were despised by society. Another long jump leads us to 1961 with The Children's Hour, starring Audrey Hepburn and Shirley MacLaine. This powerful and devastating story shines light on consequences of prejudice. While critics were on the fence about its reception, today it is a classic in lesbian media and film. Going back to 1952, the Hays Code was abandoned. This code was used as a way to prohibit certain topics on the screens, such as profanity, graphic violence, and sexual persuasions. Following this, queer movies like A Lizard in Woman's Skin from 1971 and Baba Yaga from 1973 were produced. These movies, along with a plethora of others, introduced more prominent lesbian themes into the world of cinema. The most famous film to challenge this new norm was the 1985 cult classic Desert Hearts, directed by Donna Deitch. This landmark film paved the way for a more positive depiction of lesbian characters. While the ending of this movie is ambiguous, it does not lead to death or worse, the characters ending up with men. It also pioneered the normalization of an explicit sex scene involving 2 women. This groundbreaking evolution advanced the authenticity of lesbian stories and queer identities being valid, with the first states revoking its sodomy laws in 1961 through 1971. Lesbian and gay people were legitimized like never before. These films initiated an early gay and lesbian era that continued the understanding and acceptance of lesbian experiences. Fast-forwarding to 1999, director Jamie Babbitt created one of the most well-known queer films, But I'm a Cheerleader. This satirical comedy takes a very bold approach to the critique of social attitudes towards homosexuality and conversion therapy camps. When homosexuality was deemed a mental disorder in 1952 in the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, or the DSM, conversion camps became popular across the country. By using snarky humor and a very vibrant aesthetic, But I'm a Cheerleader not only was a very entertaining movie, its parody-esque narrative delivered a powerful message about the absurdity of trying to change one's sexual orientation. This playful film brought a very refreshing and much-needed light-hearted perspective to queer narratives on the screen. The ongoing importance of lesbian films challenging stereotypes is so great to see. I hope to continue seeing authentic lesbian characters and stories being displayed with dignity and respect, such like Saving Face, Carol, The Half of It, and many, many more. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the beginnings of lesbian movies. It's crucial to remember the past and celebrate the progress we've made in representing diverse and authentic stories on screen.